So we have Python ID installed, idle is open, we have the shell opened already. Now let's start programming now. It's better to go open a new file and write your programs, but you may try your programs in the shell itself. This is the shell and this is your new window. So this is untitled, you can see it, untitled. Okay, this one is Python shell. You may want to try your programs in your shell also. For example, you want to know whether a particular syntax is right. For example, print operation is there. If you want to check whether print operation is the syntax is right or not, for example, I'm just typing hello here. So you may just type and see whether this syntax is right. See, it says print is the missing parenthesis here. So you may just then try and recorrect it, or you want to try something like let's say I want to add two numbers. So I can just give like a equals to 5, b equals to 6, and c equals to a plus b, and then you can just print the output and see what c is. Okay, so you can do all these steps in the shell itself. The difference is when you open a new window and type all these things, you write all the code and then you run it. Okay, see here, for example, here you have to type the same thing. Okay, 6, c equals to a plus b, and then print c. Now here you type all the code, then you save it. You have to save it. Press okay, I'll just show you. Press file, go save it. Let's name it as, okay, let me create a new folder in desktop. New folder, Python programs, and let me name this program as my, okay, first .py is the extension. You may give, or it's better to leave it, it automatically assigns .py as the extension. So I'm just saving this program as first, enter. So the program is saved now. You have to go here, click run and run module. You see here, run module is a thing. When you click run module, you'll see the output in the shell here. You see this? You're running the first .py program and the output is here. So the difference between writing programs in the shell or in this window here is, here you write old code and then you run it in the end. Here every line is getting executed as you type. Okay, so that's the difference. The most preferable way is opening a new window, write the whole code and then you run it. Okay, now let me explain this program. We just typed this program and saw the output. So here we are trying to save numbers to variables. Now here a is a variable, b is a variable, and c, all these three are variables. 5 and 6 are values stored in those variables. A variable is something which can store a value and it might vary at different parts of the program depending on how we program it. Okay, like for example, here I'm storing the value 5 in a. The same value may change immediately after this. Okay, in this case the output of the program will be 6 plus 6 will be 12. So that's what a variable is. A variable is something which will vary at different parts of the program, different lines. For example, here it changes the second line itself. You may want to change the value of a in some other part of the program. Okay, that's what a variable is. Now coming to the difference between C language and Python here. In C program, when you want to declare a variable, you want to store some value in a variable, you have to declare it. Declaration means you are storing number 5 in a, right? Now 5 is actually an integer. Okay, now that you have to say explicitly like this in C language. You have to say int, which means integer, a, and then you have to say int b equals to 6, and then int c equals to a plus b. This is what you do in C language. So there you have to say explicitly. Now the problem here is, now let's say I want to change the value of a into something else. Let's say I want to change the value of a into a equals to 5.5, 5.6 let's say. Now here 5.6 is a float value. It's called float value. Float means something which has decimal points. Now this number is a whole number. It doesn't have decimal point. Now 5.6 is a decimal point. It's a different data type. Like integer, float is another data type. Now when you do this, C program throws you an error saying A is of type integer. You can't store a float value in that. So that is what happens when you declare things explicitly. But here in Python, declaration happens dynamically, which means if you store 5 in A, it understands, the Python interpreter, the program understands A is of type integer. Then immediately in the next line, if you change the value to be 6.6, some decimal point value, it changes itself automatically. It is not fixed. In case of C program, a variable's type is fixed. You may have to change it explicitly in the program. But here, the variable, the data type of the variable changes dynamically. So this reduces a big part of the big confusion in the program, and more lines are getting reduced because of this. Okay, even your C doesn't get affected. In case of C program, if you say C is of type integer, and if some output comes as let's say the output of C comes as let's say 6 points or 11.6, it will show you only 11. It won't show you the exact output. But here in Python, the C's data type also changes automatically, and you'll see the exact output here. So the thing you have to keep in mind here is, you don't have to declare variables here. You don't have to say whether they're integer or character or string or float or whatever. You don't have to say that. The Python understands it automatically. You just have to give the value, just store the value, it understands it. Now let's run this program and see. Now it should print 12.6. Yeah, see, it changed automatically. You may even want to check the type of the variables. For example, let's say I want to print the type of A. You can just type type of A, and then let's say I want to print type of C. Type of C. Okay, see. Also, let's print type of B also. Okay, I'm printing the type of B. Okay, yeah, fine. So if I run this program, I should see the types being printed. See, it says the type of A is float, type of C is float, and type of B is integer. Now if I change A to, let's say, 6, all three should be integer now. Yes, see the output is 12, and all the T3 data types are integers here. So this is as easy as it is in Python. Let's see what we can do in the next class, next session.